Check out the link in the description below and you can find a worksheet that goes along with this lesson. Welcome back to Ukulele Corner. In this lesson we're going to have a lot of fun and work on pivoting with our left hand between an interesting set of chords. And actually, I'm sure all of you have heard Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. We're going to play the sequence of chords that happens at the end of the song and work on a strumming pattern, looking at a way of voicing it in the ukulele with these shapes that move around, with our third finger staying on the fourth string and pivoting with that finger as a guide finger, shifting between the different chords. And we're going to play an A minor shape going to G, going to an F shape, then back to a G. We're going to also then throw another chord in the mix and change the rhythm a bit and add a C chord in there as well. So let's look at what these chord shapes are to get started. So we're going to play an A minor chord. Instead of where we usually play it here, it would sound great actually in this position, but I want to try to explore this idea of playing an inversion of the chord, and it goes 5, 4, 5, 3. Third finger, second, pinky, and then first. 5, 4, 5, 3. I have a high G reentrant tuning here. Low G is going to sound great as well. Now here's the trick. If you're holding this chord down, this is an inversion of an A minor chord. It has a C, then it has an E. A is on the second string, and then another C on top. If we want to get to a G chord, we can pivot our third finger and rotate the hand around into a bar chord across 3 strings. From 4 string up, it goes 4, 2, 3, 2. So A minor pivots. That's the first thing I want you to practice. What we're going to do when we pivot is we're going to use a little bit of forearm rotation to move around. So I'm leaning a little bit back here to get my pinky and third finger lined up, but I'm going to lunge forward to get my index finger parallel to the fret to get this bar nice and clean. That's the trick. A common mistake is to leave it leaning back and get a muffled sound in the high strings. We have to use this forearm rotation to really help us clean up our chords. Rotate. Then what we're going to do is we could drop down as an F chord. Open position chords are going to sound great for this progression, but for a challenge, you can try that, but also I want you to try to do an F here. So another pivot, we're going to bar with our third finger across the 5th fret on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, then hinge bar, tilt it up so we can get our index finger to play, first finger to play the 3rd fret. Here's an F chord, 5, 5, 5, 3. Then that's going to pivot back, releasing the bar, but keeping contact with the 3rd finger. Then that's going to get back to A minor. So check out this series of chords. A minor, pivot. Now we have to move our first finger up, flatten the 3rd finger. So a different sort of pivot there. We're not changing forearm so much. We're still pretty parallel and forward here. Then back, get that bar. Now lunge back this way so that you can get the pinky right underneath the 3rd finger. Now if I just do 4 strums, just to get familiar with this, G from the A minor, back up to the F, then back down to the G, back up to the A minor. That's what I want you to start practicing. Keep an eye on my 3rd finger here. It's not leaving the string, it's pivoting between all 3 chords. Now, before we get to the Stairway to Heaven kind of strum and kind of rock out a little bit, have some fun, let's add a C chord into the mix. So we're going to go from the A minor, then we're going to go to the G. Now let's do a C chord. Just move up 1 fret. All you have to do, keep the same bar, move your 2nd finger to the 3rd string. So you get 5, 4, 3, 3. Then collapse your 3rd finger, move the 1st finger up to just the high string, and get to an F. So that's going to be A minor, to G, to C, pivot, to F, bar, 3rd finger. And it takes sometimes a little bit of placement there to get the bar just right. Now I got it, okay. So A minor, G, gonna move up a fret, get C. I'm only covering 2 strings there, and so my first finger from the G chord, it goes down 1 string and then 1 more. I'm shifting, pivoting with the first finger too, between the number of strings. Just 1 string, 3 strings here, a bar, just 2 strings for the C chord, and then back to just 1 string for the F. So you get that together, A minor, G, C, and then this F chord. There it is. I'm having a little trouble getting that third finger. It's tricky to get the bar just right. Now I got it. It's all about positioning. So I had my finger a little low. I moved it towards the floor just a touch, and aha, perfect. That's it. It's really just about getting the feel for this. And so that change between the C and F, I move my finger quite far down to the floor, and then there it's clean. So that's the process that I go through, adjusting the hand to get chords to sound nice and clear. So if we go back to the first series, just the A minor, G, and F, now let's have some fun and let's put in this strumming, and we're going to do this. So what I'm doing there is I'm using down and up strums, very steady. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking 16th notes, like 1D and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. So the first thing to do is just mute the strings like I'm doing, just muffle them with your left hand, and try to get a nice, with index finger, down, up, down, up, down, up, just real steady. The pattern is, without any left hand, is down, 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 up, down, up. For the first measure, down, 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 up, down, down, down. And what we're doing is we're hitting the chord twice with the down strums and releasing pressure, not leaving the string. I can still hold the chord shape and get a muffled sound. And you can even move, keep your fingers moving to the next chord shape as you're doing the muffled sound. It's interesting, you can actually get that transition to happen. So I'm basically ending up with a G chord and then F. So it's down, down, muffled, down, down, muffled. Try just that much. So 1 and 2E and a 3 and 4E and again, A minor, G. Then when we get to the next measure, it's a 2-bar phrase. This is where it gets exciting. We're going to do a strum, click, click, strum, click, click, strum, click, click. So we're doing these groups of 3 strums. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But it's just down and up motion. We're accenting every third. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And it's still, they're just 16th notes, but we're syncopating them. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play the F, then 2 clicks, then again. We do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again, back to a G, and that completes the phrase. So do the whole thing. Here goes the F. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing the F chord, releasing the pressure, but still holding the shape to get the muffled sound, then placing it back, so it's on and off. Using these particular voicings instead of open strings allows us to get that muffled sound without needing to cover any strings. As like if I played an A minor down here, I'd have to put another finger down. And we've looked at that left hand muting technique, which would work great. Even here, I just lay my pinky down if I did a low position F. But in this higher position, it works great. So there are many different ways we could hold these voicings down, but I want to really work on that pivoting idea. Once that's comfortable, then we put in the strumming and it's going to sound like this. Good fun. The very last chord, you could hit a nice low F, and then it goes back to A minor to end the song. So it'd be fun. We should look at a whole arrangement of that song at some point. But this is just the ending, and it's so much fun to get that syncopation going with your right hand. So have fun playing this idea of pivoting with the left hand between these chords and play the ending of Stairway to Heaven. And I'll see you soon.